So you're ready to make the plunge and put some hard-earned money towards a new camera. Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about something that not a lot of people talk about on this platform, and it's where to buy that camera or the piece of gear that you want to get. Well, it's the holiday season, and if you're in the United States like I am, Black Friday just ended and you're still looking at a bunch of good sales. Or you're building your wish list so that you can give to that special somebody that will be willing to buy you this very expensive piece of gear. Well, in today's video, I really wanted to dive into the different areas of where to buy this gear, because sometimes it'll be to your benefit to buy from a certain source rather than going to some generic place. And what I mean by generic place is Amazon. Let's just dive deep into these different places and take it from there. First and foremost, let's talk about B&H. B&H is one of the most trusted names in camera gear. A renowned camera store in the heart of New York City, B&H offers a unique shopping experience. If you live nearby, I highly recommend you go and check out B&H. Go to their store. I'm telling you, I've been there a few times. I used to live just outside the city, and going to B&H is just like it's like the Disneyland for photographers and videographers. Aside from that, if you're like me living in Florida or any other part of the US, I'm pretty sure they ship internationally as well, then you're gonna stick to shopping online with their website. B&H's speedy delivery and excellent customer service are great. Aside from that, if you have an account with them, it's always good because you start building a repertoire with them. They start to get to know you, you start to get to know them. And so if you have any questions, a quick phone call or talking to somebody on chat will clear anything up. The only thing to look out for with B&H is that their hours are limited. This goes for both in person and on their website. They are a Jewish company, so any Jewish holiday they will be closed, but it's one of those things that if you order online, the next day they will process it and you will get your order in a short amount of time. Now let's talk about Amazon. Now, though this is not a more personable experience, it's not catered to the photographer or the videographer, it's a broad spectrum of what you can buy on Amazon. It's still a really good place to buy some camera gear if you're looking for it. I personally would stick to B&H to buying anything from lenses to camera bodies, and then Amazon is my place to buy accessories. There's not much I can say about Amazon that you probably don't know about unless you don't have Amazon in your area wherever you're watching this from. But what I can say is that it's worth looking to see if there are any deals on Amazon. Now moving right along, and we're going to go to two different sites that I've used before to trade in gear or to sell gear in order to buy new or upgrade to new gear. These sites are called MPB and KEH.com. These websites are quite impressive because they specifically sell used equipment. The best part is that if you've outgrown your gear, you can always send it in to get a quote to see how much they will pay you for it and use that towards a new piece of gear. You'll simply send in your piece of gear, whether it's a camera body or a lens. They'll assess the condition of it and give you what they think is the best value of that piece of gear so that you can receive a payout. If they offer you something lower than what you believe it's worth, then they'll send it right back to you with no charge. Usually shipping will be free sending to them and sending it back to you. So you really don't lose anything just by getting it evaluated. I've actually sold three pieces of gear now with MPB.com. They've given me pretty fair quotes and pretty fair prices, and I've accepted those. I've sold my Sony a6300 when I was ready to upgrade to the a6600. And more recently, I sold my Sony a6600 in order for me to buy a Sony a6700, which should be getting here quite soon. Additionally, on these websites, you'll find some very good quality used gear. If you're not willing to spend tons of money on new gear, you can save a couple $100 by going to these sites and finding used gear in excellent condition. I'm talking excellent. All right, moving right along to kind of the most dreadful part of this whole buying cameras and selling cameras. It's Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you've never experienced selling on Facebook Marketplace, I commend you, and I am very proud of you, because it is one of those things that you've got to have patience, and you've got to really not try to pull out your hair. I think Facebook Marketplace is one of those last resort type of things where if you want to get more money out of your gear, or if you want to buy something on the super cheap, then you've got to work the system. Buying gear from Facebook Marketplace can be a little bit nerve-wracking because you never know who's on the other side of that chat, whether it's a bot or it's somebody that's trying to scam you, or if it's an actual real person selling you a camera. I think Facebook Marketplace is great for those densely populated areas that photography and videography are very popular in. But for example, where I live, where it's a little bit more of a small town vibe here, it's really hard for me to make any type of sale or reach out to somebody that is selling something that I would personally like to buy as far as camera gear goes. On top of that, selling on Facebook Marketplace can be kind of a nightmare. Once you post something, then you'll get a bunch of those crickets coming along. Hey, is this still available? And you say yes, and yeah, just a bunch of crickets. Patience is a virtue on this site, and I've personally sold a few pieces of gear on Facebook Marketplace. I've gotten good money off of that, but I had to weed out a lot of people that were trying to either scam me or that were trying to just mess with me. I don't really know. And I found decent human beings on there that wanted to buy my gear and that are genuinely using them. But for the most part, if I'm looking to sell gear, I'm just gonna stick to those reseller companies like MPB or KEH. And if I'm looking for new gear, I'm usually the type of guy that wants to buy it brand new, so I will go ahead and buy it from B&H. So now that we talked about some places to buy from, let's talk about what to look out for as far as sales and how to get the best bang for your buck. When buying new gear, specifically if you're looking for a camera body, for example, look out for bundles. A lot of times you'll see sites like B&H or Amazon sell a camera body with a bunch of accessories for the same price as the camera body. A lot of times it'll come with like a little satchel bag so that you can put your camera in, some cleaning kits, some SD cards, SD card readers. Those are some essentials that I think would be awesome to have as a bonus to buying a camera body that you don't have to buy aside from that. So instead of spending something like $30 to $50 on accessories, you're at least getting a handful of accessories to get started with. And that's really all I've got when it comes to buying camera gear. I hope that this video was informative to you. I know for me, when I got started and I wanted to buy a piece of gear, especially when it was thousands of dollars, I was very weary of where to buy it. I didn't know if I should go to Amazon or to B&H or whatever, but after being in this game now for just under 12 years, I've got my systems, I've got my flows. I know that what I'm investing in is going to give me a return. So I really do hope that this helps you. So if you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so that you're notified when I post more videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.